A teenager who was given painkillers for a bad back died months later after her injury turned out to be a rare form of cancer. Trainee nurse Alicia Furneaux was just 17 when the illness claimed her life, as it was too late for medics to save her when she was finally diagnosed. The teenager was initially thought to have suffered a slipped disc caused by bending down to pick up children, Wales Online reports. But after several trips to the doctor, tests revealed she had undifferentiated soft tissue sarcoma, and she died 6.5 months later. Her devastated mum Emma said, before she got the results from the X-ray, Alicia collapsed at home as the tumor had broken through her vertebrae and was in her spine. Everyone was so shocked and in disbelief. You just don't expect cancer when your child has been fit and healthy and a normal 17-year-old. Apart from a bit of a bad back that we put down to where she was working, Alicia had no other symptoms. By the time she was diagnosed, it had spread to her lungs, kidney and pelvis. The initial word cancer devastated our lives. You come out of it a completely different person and you never get back to the person you were. One day everything was fine, everything was great, then the next we came home, and it had all changed, and there had been no warning. After the diagnosis, Alicia spent 4 weeks in hospital in Cardiff, and then 17 weeks at the Alder Hey Hospital in Liverpool, as it was closer to their home in Gwynedd. During that difficult time, ClickSargent, the UK's leading cancer charity for children and young people, supported the Furneaux family. Their support meant Alicia was able to get home 5 weeks before she died, to be surrounded by her loving family and friends. She had a ClickSargent nurse who would visit the family home and take her bloods every week, so that she was able to be discharged from hospital, and a social worker on hand to talk to and help their family with financial grants. Emma said Alicia's ClickSargent social worker helped her fill in a PIP application and apply for a ClickSargent grant. It made all the difference to Alicia. With the money she was able to buy an iPad which she could use in hospital. Alicia, who had been studying an NVQ in childhood studies before her illness, loved her time at home with family and friends before her death on October 5, 2016. Now, her family are trying to learn to live life without their daughter and sister. Emma, who also has a son Jacob and daughter Isabel, struggled to find any motivation after Alicia's death, but while sitting on the sofa watching the London Marathon last year, she decided to put on her running shoes for this year's event and to raise money for the charity that had helped them so much. I would be happy to stay at home all day after losing Alicia, said Emma. My husband Simon and I struggled for motivation for things and just couldn't be bothered. It can be very easy to go into a downward spiral, so I needed something to give me a kickstart. When I saw the runners last year, I thought that maybe that could be my motivation. I have never been a runner, but I thought that it would be something that gave me a reason to get up and out every day. Alicia lost the ability to walk before she died, and there are so many people who would love to do it, but can't, and what better way to motivate myself and raise money. In a way, it is also a way of keeping Alicia's memory going too. I have a picture of Alicia on my vest. There are so many children and young people who are affected by cancer, and I just want to help many more families to be able to access the support we received. Alicia was ill for 26 weeks from diagnosis to her death, and so I will be running a mile for every week she was ill, and a little bit extra for good measure. I know it's going to be hard physically and mentally, but I am excited. It is too late for us, but if it can help another child, if it can help another family, then it has been worth it. Since signing up, Emma started her training last summer and has gone from a non-runner to running the Barcelona half marathon in February. She has also been in online contact with other bereaved parents from across the country who have the same motivation to run as her. The plan is to finally meet up face-to-face after the run. Jade Clark at ClickSargent said, "When cancer strikes young lives, we fight tirelessly to limit the damage it causes beyond their health. We rely entirely on donations to fund our vital work, and so we can't thank Emma enough for her incredible efforts. We'll be there on the day cheering her all the way to the finish line." To sponsor and support Emma's marathon challenge, visit JustGiving.com fundraising RUN for Alicia. Read more top news stories from Mirror Online.